Hit it. I'm good. Welcome back once again, folks. Night number 4 here. Once again, the RaceOnTexas.com Sprint Car Series. This time, though, it's the 360's open setup at Volusia Speedway Park in Barberville, Florida. We've got open setup wing 360 sprint cars here at this weirdly shaped, D-shaped, I guess you could call it, half mile here. I would say the trickiest part of this racetrack, the exit there of turn number 4. You're carrying so much speed down the backside, it really bottlenecks. The track gets narrow and the corner gets sharper. You've really got to be careful there on the exit of turn number 4. Right now, atop the standings here in pre-race practice, it is Mr. Adam Elby coming off a 3rd place finish in the 305 race just a few moments ago. Adam had a great run there, watched a lot of action between Howard Weaver and James Edens. Actually, Elby finishing 4th. I believe it was Randall Carter that got around him on the last lap. So Elby finishing in the 4th position there. Randall Carter in the 3rd spot. Nonetheless, the Peterbilt sponsored number 74 machine, driven by Mr. Elby, atop the point standings at this moment. A 13.650. Quick time for the 74 machine. Second spot right now, the 52 of James Edens. James coming off a runner-up finish just a few moments ago at the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Right now, Edens with a 16.656. That is 6 thousandths of a second out of the top spot right now for the 52 machine. Alex Bergeron in 3rd spot in the 12 car. A 13.668. Ryan Martin, 4th quick right now in pre-race practice, a 13.674. And rounding out the top 5 in the 10 machine, Stephen Calavoda, a 13.678 second effort here. Cole Cabre was your winner 1 week ago in 360 competition at Eldora Speedway, or Eldora Raceway, excuse me. Taking the Jack Hodenshield line up over the cushion, making it work right around the outside wall of the Eldora Raceway. It is Speedway. I just double-checked that. My fault. One of the more famous half-mile dirt tracks in the world, no doubt, and one that takes some serious cojones to run there properly right around the wall with all the speed that you can muster out of that thing. So Cole Cabre, picking up the win there 1 week ago. Quick car still in pre-race practice here at Volusia is Adam Elby. Still that 13.650, sitting atop the standings at the moment. 6 thousandths right now out in front of James Edens, and 18 thousandths of a second faster than Alex Bergeron. That's your top 3. So the format here for the open setup 360 is a little bit different than the 305s we saw just a moment ago. We will have a pre-race practice. That's exactly what we're doing right now. After that session wraps up, we're going to turn these drivers loose for their single car qualifying, and then we will run heat races in laps apiece. We'll take the top 4 of those to the main event this evening. That'll give us 16 cars. And then we will, of course, run the requisite alphabet soup. Looks like I got 22 cars on my roster right now, so that would probably just give us a B main. And then we would probably take, like we did last time, the top 4 out of that, give us 20 cars for the A main this evening. Pretty good count here in the 360s. Cole Newhoffen, right now 7th quick on the racetrack. Newhoffen ended a win streak, getting into an incident earlier on in the 305 feature, and had won the previous 2 weeks in a row there in 305 competition. One win coming right here at Volusia Speedway Park. 1 week ago, in fact, it was Newhalfen in the 8 machine picking up the win here at Volusia. Newhalfen right now 7th quick in pre-race practice, a 13.714. Tell you what, the overall shape of the cars is definitely the same, but these 360s are a little bit more of a beast, if you will. A lot more horsepower. The car a lot more difficult to maintain through the corners. You really, throttle control is a much bigger part of these cars than I would say the 305. A 305 car, really more of a momentum car. Not to say that it's easy to drive a sprint car of any size or engine displacement, but these definitely a bit more of a beast around here at this very fast, like I said, strangely shaped half mile here. It is definitely a D shape here at Volusia, and there you see, coming off of turn number 4, Adam Elby and James Eden's getting together. They're the top 2 cars in pre-race practice, and that exit, turn 3 and 4, is tricky even for those guys. It is a wild, wild ride through that second set of corners here at Volusia. But if you can make it work, this racetrack definitely fast. A good shot onto the front stretch, blowing through the first set of corners, a very wide sweeping set there through turns 1 and 2, and then you're never really out of the throttle down the backstretch. It's pretty much a constant corner, and you drive down into turn number 3, right up alongside the wall down the front chute. Once again, looks like 22 cars signed in for action here with the 360 wing sprint cars at Volusia Speedway Park. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we are live on the RaceOnTexas.com Facebook page, streaming this action for you this evening with the Team VLR sprint cars here. It's the RaceOnTexas.com Sprint Car Series. Night number 4 for the 360s here. Once again, last week at Eldora Speedway, it was Cole Cabre, excuse me, picking up the win in the 360 main event. So it was Chase Cabre, not Cole. I'm sorry. It was Chase Cabre picking up the win 1 week ago at Eldora. Like I said, streaming live at Facebook.com, RaceOnTexas.com Facebook page. These videos posted up to YouTube by the end of the evening, so if you want to watch them one more time, please go subscribe to the RaceOnTexas.com YouTube channel. Click the little bell icon there at the top, get notifications when new videos go up. We are with Team VLR for the Sunday Night Sprint Car Series 305 and 360s. We are also broadcasting the Midnight Madness Series, which kicked off last Thursday night. And it will be back in action this coming Thursday. Let's see, today's the 16th, so that would be the 20th of December. And that schedule is available on the RaceOnTexas.com Facebook page. Last week on the 13th, we had UMP Modifieds at Lanier. This week, it's 410 sprint cars right here at Volusia. So some of these drivers tonight in the 360 race probably going to be getting a little bit of practice. Boy, you want to talk about a beast to drive, ladies and gentlemen. 410 wing sprint cars. The throttle response and the power is just outrageous. And if you've never driven one, it's kind of difficult for me to explain it to you. We've still got a few minutes here in pre-race practice. Top 5 still pretty solid. Adam Elby out in front. He and James Edens, 0.06 of a second apart from one another. Alex Bergeron there in third spot. Ryan Martin fourth in the 0.24 and the 10 car. Stephen Calavota rounds out the top 5. Justin Thomas, Cole Newhalfen, Randall Carter, Rusty Kruger, and Cole Cabray round out the top 10. 0.07 of a second separate the top 10 cars in pre-race practice. So some very close times here for the 360 wing sprint cars at Volusia Speedway Park. Could be getting ready to jump over to single car qualifying here in just a moment. Once again, if you are watching the stream live from raceontexas.com, thank you so much for tuning in this evening. My name is Nick Robbins. I'll be calling the action for you tonight. Scott Bargloff working the cameras back home, making everything look real nice for us this evening. We hope that you're enjoying what you're seeing. Once again, this is week number 4 for the RaceOnTexas.com Sprint Car Series. And we are at the halfway mark in this series. We'll have 4 more races left. This is an 8-week series. $200 to the winner of the points competition here. If you would like to race in this series, you can join the league, Team VLR. I believe it's Victory Lane Racing, through the iRacing software interface there. You can go in the league, look in the league directory, search for Victory Lane Racing, and join the league that way. And you have to do that to be eligible for these races. I also believe there is an entry fee into this series, since it is paying real money. It's a real $200 that the points champion gets at the end of the 8-week series. If you want to be eligible for that, time's kind of running out on that one. We've already ran 4 races, but you can run these races for sure if you want to sign up for some of these races left here. And then, of course, if you want to race on Thursday nights, the only requirement for racing on Thursday nights is to be a member of Victory Lane Racing League, the Victory Lane Racing League. And that series on Thursday night, the Midnight Madness series, different car, different track every single weekend. Like I said, this next Thursday night, 20th of December, gonna be 410 sprint cars at Volusia Speedway Park right here where we are this evening. Once again, if you're watching tonight, thanks so much for tuning in. We certainly appreciate it. I want to thank David Bowser and Mike Martin for watching. Also David Good Jr. and Stephen Whitaker Jr. for tuning in this evening. If you're watching at home, and want to let us know that you're watching along with us, just drop a comment there in the chat on the live stream, and we'll be able to see it. Thanks again to Amber Sturgeon for watching with us tonight. We've gone checker flag here in pre-race practice, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be rolling on to single car qualifying. 2 laps to get your best time in here for each of these drivers. Once again, looks like 22 cars have signed in this evening. Actually, maybe a few more than that. We've got several cars on the racetrack right now for their time trials. I'll start naming off some of these drivers as they click in some official times here. Nobody officially qualifying in just yet. Looks like Justin Thomas, quick car so far, 14.659. Actually, now as they start clicking in, it's going to change pretty quickly. Chris Brenner, a 14.428. Quick time right now. Take that, James Edens, a 14.144. So Edens was second quick in the 305 car just a moment ago. Top time right now, quick time, 14.144. Chris Brenner, second quick with a 14.181.
I wasn't. You can, but I wasn't racing. I was just gonna admin. You can ride with me in the pits. I can qualify if you want.
James Eden, still your quick time right now at 14:1:44. Chris Brenner, second quick, 14:1:81. Alex Bergeron, 14:1:83 for the Canadian Phenom.
I'll try to qualify.
Fourth quick right now, Cole Newhoffen, a 14:2:28. Rusty Kruger rounds out the top 5 with a 14:2:34. And it looks like just about everybody timed in right now. I see 25 cars have registered for the race. 23 of them have turned in qualifying runs. So once again, your top 5 are James Edens, Chris Brenner, Alex Bergeron, Cole Newhoffen, and Rusty Kruger. Justin Thomas, 6th quick, 14:2:64. Cole Cabray, 7th quick, 14:2:88. Austin Simmelman, 8th quick right now, 14:3:04. Timothy Smith in 9th spot, a 14:3:12. Adam Elby rounds out the top 10 with a 14:3:13. David Heilman, 11th quick, a 14:3:21. Nick Cooper in 12th spot right now with a 14:3:31. Randall Carter, 13th quick, a 14:3:37. Dylan Hauser, 14th, a 14:3:49. Stephen Calavoda rounds out the top 15 with a 14:3:74. Then it's Ryan Martin in the 0-2-4, 14:3:76. Britton Roxbury, a 14:4:10. Some more cars clicking in here. We are riding around right now with Howard Weaver in the 07 machine. Your winner of the 305 race just a moment ago. '15th quick right now with a 14:3:59. Down the back straightaway on his second qualifying lap, right around the bottom of turns 3 and 4. Ooh, and he'll cross the finish line. 15th quick, going to be the best it is, a 14:3:59. So I'll put Weaver 15th quick on the field. 2 cars have yet to qualify. Blake Brown in the 26 and Kevin Hinkle in the 22. Thanks once again to those of you tuning in here at RaceOnTexas.com. Mr. Cody Dixon, Logan Dinsmore, Jeffrey Abbey, and Jeffrey Frazier watching with us as well. Thanks so much for tuning in, gentlemen. We appreciate it. Once again, feel free to share the broadcast. It will be live here for the duration of the event. We've got, looks like we've wrapped up qualifying. Actually, Blake Brown, on the racing surface right now. I do believe he'll be our final car to qualify. Yep, everybody has qualified. We are going to move on into heat race number 1. 10 laps going to be the distance. Top 4 cars going to move on to the feature. Here at Volusia Speedway Park, looks like James Eden's going to be on the pole in the 52 car. And Cole Newhoffen will be alongside on the front row in the 8 machine. Cole Cabray going to be inside row number 2 in the 16. He'll be alongside Adam Elby in the 74. Randall Carter inside row number 3 in the 37, alongside Stephen Calavoda in the 10. Row number 4 will have the 50 car of Davey Knoll and the 21 of Mr. Kevin Fry. And rounding out the field all by himself in row number 5, it'll be Blake Brown in the 26. Once again, folks, 10 laps the distance. Top 4 going to transfer directly to the main event this evening. There may be an invert here with qualifying. I'm going to see if the lineup shuffles a little bit. Doesn't look like it. Looks like we're going to go straight up. So Eden's there on the inside of row number 1, Cole Newhoffen. In the SSS sponsored number 8 machine, the Sim Speed Shop. Backing the 8 car there. He'll be outside row number 1, Cole Cabray in the 16 car. Inside the second row, alongside your quick qualifier, Mr. Adam Elby. Randall Carter and Stephen Calavota, row number 3. Davey Nall, Kevin Fry, row number 4, and Blake Brown by himself in row number 5. It looks like the pace truck pulling off the field. We are green, and a great start off the inside of the front row for James Edens. Catches the rest of the field sleeping, and Cole Cabray gets around Newhoffen for second spot. Eden's going to lead lap number 1. We've got a car around already. Looks like Blake Brown around in turn number 4. We are clean and green. However, out front, Edens by about 3 car lengths, maybe 4 it looks like, through turns 3 and 4 over Cole Cabray. Cabray in the second spot. Newhoffen is third. Adam Elby, your 4th and final transfer position. I tell you what, he looks pretty comfortable right now in that 4th spot. Actually pulling alongside Newhoffen off of turn number 4. Some good wheel-to-wheel racing there for 3rd spot. Your leader, however, with 3 laps complete and 7 to go, is still 52 of James Edens. The current records Hoosier Tire back number 52. Along with Driven Esports, leads the field back down the backstretch once again. It's going to be halfway home this time by 5 laps down and 5 to go. Cole Cabray still in 2nd spot in the 16 car. Cole Newhoffen is hanging on. It looks like Elby has had some trouble. Adam Elby on pit road. He's not going to be making it into the main event this evening. Cole Newhoffen there in 3rd spot. 4th belongs to Randall Carter. Stephen Calavota in 5th. Kevin Fry 6th. Davey Nall in 7th. Blake Brown in 8th. Your leader, James Edens, working the bottom of turns 1 and 2. About to have his hands full. Cole Cabray with a good run off the second corner that time. Was a half-second difference between them last go-around. This time it's much closer. 0.2 of a second between the top 2 cars. 8 laps down and 2 laps to go. Make it 9 and 1 as Edens crosses the start-finish line once again. Cole Cabray there in 2nd spot, still about 0.2 off of that top spot. Newhoffen in 3rd. Randall Carter going to be your 4th and final transfer. The win going to go to James Edens. Cabray in 2nd. 3rd will be Newhoffen. And Carter going to be the 4th and final transfer position out of heat race number 1. Congratulations to heat race winner James Edens in the 52 machine. We're going to roll on into heat race number 2. Here with the RaceOnTexas.com 360 Sprint Car Series. Once again, open setups this evening for the 360 cars, as they are every week. Looks like we are going to have the 70 machine of Chris Brenner on row number 1 there on the inside. His outside will be the 5 car of Rusty Kruger. Austin Simmelman, the RaceOnTexas.com sponsored number 18 machine. Going to be inside row number 2. He'll be alongside the 17 of David Heilman. Row number 3, Dylan Hauser on the inside in the 2 car. Ryan Martin to the outside in the 024. Brandon Steele inside of row number 4, the 15. He'll be alongside Chris Martin in the 413. And Kevin Hinkle lining up shotgun on the field in the 22. There's Brenner in the WickedCushion.com sponsored number 70 car. Good looking pair of cars on the front row. Rusty Kruger's beautiful white, black, and blue machine. The number 5 car there looking great on the outside of row number 1. Austin Silman and David Heilman, row number 2. Heilman in the TTL sponsored number 17 machine. Dylan Hauser, another TTL backed entry there, the number 2 car inside row number 3. Ryan Martin, the team VLR sponsored number 024. Outside the 3rd row, Brandon Steele in the SteelCycle.com sponsored number 15 machine starts inside row number 4. Alongside the Mobile 1, back to number 413 car of Chris Martin. And Kevin Hinkle by himself in the Monster Energy number 22. Looks like the pace truck has cleared the racetrack. We are going to go green, this time off of turn number 4. Heat race number 2 underway, and another great start off the inside of the front row for Brenner. Look at Austin Silman on the bottom of the racetrack in turn number 2. Had a look to the inside of Rusty Kruger. Kruger to the top side of 3 and 4 as well. Kruger going to hang on to that 2nd spot. Brenner is your leader. A half a second gap already as we complete lap number 1. Here comes David Heilman now. He and Austin Simmelman got a good run going for the 3rd spot. Give the spot to Heilman off of turn number 4. Simmelman back to 4th. That's your 4th and final transfer spot in the 18 machine. So Simmelman going to be playing defense there, trying to keep Dylan Hauser behind him in the 2 machine. Hauser backed by TTL Esports, trying to run down Simmelman in the 18 car. Good look to the inside there. That's the battle for the 4th and final transfer spot. We cross the start-finish line once more. 4 down and 6 to go. Brenner way out front, almost a second advantage, has laid the keys on the front desk and checked out on heat race number 2. Out of turn number 2, down the backstretch once again. Going to be 6 laps complete, 4 laps to go this time by the line. Kruger still in 2nd spot, still a heck of a battle going on for that 3rd position, with Simmelman looking once again to the inside of Heilman off of turn number 2. David Heilman, the TTL Esports back number 17 machine, closing on the 5 of Kruger. Heilman now looks to the inside, the beautiful red, white, and blue number 17 machine. Looking to the inside of Kruger through turns 3 and 4. And a slide job off of turn number 4. Here comes Kruger now, trying to cross him right back up. Give the spot to Heilman at the stripe. And David Heilman going to drive around the outside of Rusty Kruger to take over the 2nd position. Kruger now back to 3rd. Simmelman still that 4th and final transfer spot. But Kruger with a bad run through 3 and 4, going to lose 3rd to Simmelman. Rusty Kruger playing a 2-front battle right now, trying to run down Simmelman. Gets back around through 3 and 4. Simmelman now to the 4th spot. Oh, big contact between Austin Silman and Rusty Kruger. They're both going to lose transfer positions. Actually, that was the end of the race. That was my mistake. I got caught up in the battle and lost count of laps. It was Brenner with the win, Heilman 2nd, Kruger 3rd, and Simmelman did hang on to that 4th and final transfer spot. My mistake, ladies and gentlemen. I got wrapped up into that battle there and absolutely stopped counting laps. Nonetheless, congratulations to your 4 transfers. Especially Chris Brenner picking up the win in heat race number 2. Looks like we're going to roll into our 3rd and what looks to be final heat race there. I'm looking at the format on the home page here. And that is going to be, this will be our 3rd and final heat race this evening. And it'll be the Canadian Phenom, Alex Bergeron, on the inside of the front row in the 12 car. Remember, Bergeron was a winner back on week number 1 here with the RaceOnTexas.com Sprint Car Series, picking up the 360 win at Limaland. Excuse me. 360 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 Excuse me. Back on night number 1. The Bergeron going to be inside the front row in the 12 car. He'll be alongside the 23 of Mr. Justin Thomas. The Mode Media House back number 23 machine. Inside the second row, the 00 of Timothy Smith. Smith going to be alongside the 35 of Mr. Nick Cooper. Third row back on the inside should be the 07 of Howard Weaver. It doesn't look like Howard is on the racetrack. So that is going to move up the 421 of Britton Roxbury. And Britton going to be alongside the 9 of Bryce Stone. We should have 8. We've got 6 on the racetrack right now. Should be a 10-lap affair here for heat race number 3. So once again, Alex Bergeron, the Canadian phenom, on the inside of row number 1. Going to lead the field to the green. Looks like we are going to go green this time off of turn number 4. We are on the throttle, and Bergeron, not quite the jump the last 2 heat race pole sitters have had, but nonetheless going to lead the field down into turn number 1. Look at Timothy Smith already trying to put a slide job on Thomas for second. Justin Thomas going to cut the nose off the 00 machine. A great save by Smith in third spot. Fourth and final transfer right now is a big battle between Britton Roxbury and Nick Cooper. Give the spot to Roxbury. Here comes Cooper in the TTL sponsor number 35 machine. The TTL Esports backed entry on the bottom of turns 3 and 4. Not going to have enough. Fourth and final transfer still belongs to Britton Roxbury in the 421 machine. Your leader by 7/10 of a second, that time across the start-finish line, is the 12 car of Alex Bergeron. Justin Thomas actually now a little over a second behind in the second spot. Timothy Smith there in third. Britton Roxbury fourth. Nick Cooper 1 spot out of a transfer in the 5th position. And it looks like Smith right on the tail tank of the 23 machine as we come down the backstretch. Ooh, and we've got a slide job. Look to the inside. Britton Roxbury going to make it a 2-for-1 deal off of turn number 4. Picks up 2 spots and moves to the 2nd position. Roxbury gets around both Thomas and Smith to take over the runner-up spot off of turn number 2. Here comes Smith to the bottom of turn number 3. Not going to be enough for Roxbury. Still your runner-up that time by the stripe. 6 down and 4 to go. A good slide job there from Justin Thomas. Britton Roxbury going to keep his foot in the throttle and drive back around the 23 machine. A good run for Britton Roxbury in the 421 car. Right now in second spot. A second and a half, though, behind your leader, Alex Bergeron. Right now in the 12 car. Going to be 8 down and 2 to go that time by 2 sticks for Bergeron in the 12 machine. Down the backstretch once again into turn number 3. Right around the bottom of Volusia Speedway Park. Slides up towards the exit of turn number 4. White flag in the air. 1 more lap to go for the 12 car. And Alex Bergeron, been away for a couple of weeks, is right back in this thing. Picks up right where he left off, grabbing the win in heat race number 3 for the RaceOnTexas.com 360 sprint cars here at Volusia. That's going to give us a B main, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 12 cars entered into the A main so far this evening. B main going to be rolling out here to the racetrack. It's going to be a 12-lap affair. The top 8 cars going to be moving on to the feature this evening. 14 of them signed in for competition. We'll be sending 6 back to the pit area and wrapping up their evening. Once again, if you're watching live, raceontexas.com, thank you so much for joining us this evening. My name Nick Robbins, Scott Bargloff, working the cameras for us this evening, making everything run behind the scenes. We've got the 14-car, 12-lap main event on, or excuse me, B-main on the racetrack right now. Stephen Calavota going to start it from the pole in the 10 machine. Dylan Hauser to the outside in the 2. Timothy Smith inside row 2 in the 00. He'll be alongside Kevin Fry in the 21. Ryan Martin inside row 3 in the 024, alongside the 9 car of Bryce Stone. Blake Brown inside row number 4, going to be alongside the 15 of Brandon Steele. Row 5 will have Howard Weaver and Davey Nall. Row 6, the 413 is Chris Martin. The 7 car, Shane Kelly. Row number 7, Adam Elby in the 74 and Kevin Hinkle in the 22. Keep your eyes on Elby there, ladies and gentlemen. Was quick qualifier earlier this evening. Had some trouble in the heat race. Ended up not finishing heat race number 1, and that's put him at the back of the B main this evening. He's got 12 laps. Got to get up to the top 8. And we'll see if Elby can make his way into the main event this evening. The iRacing.com pace truck seems to have cleared the racetrack. We are going to go green this time off of turn number 4. They're dead even at the start-finish line. Calavota going to stick to the bottom of turns 1 and 2. Hauser on the outside of the racetrack, going to have the lead off the exit of the second corner. Dylan Hauser in the TTL Esports sponsor number 2 machine going to lead lap number 1 of the B-main this evening. Adam Elby already up into the 8th position. He's got a transfer spot already, 1 lap down and 11 to go. Ooh, Hauser very loose through the second set of corners. Nonetheless, going to hang on to that top spot. Elby picking up 2 more spots that lap. We've got 2 cars around in turn number 2. Looks like we're going to get them back in the right direction. Stay clean and green. Elby right now in the 6th position after starting dead last on the field. So Adam Elby racing his way into the main event. Your leader is still the 2 of Dylan Hauser. Stephen Calavota in 2nd spot. Timothy Smith is 3rd. Ryan Martin, Blake Brown, Adam Elby, Bryce Stone, and Brandon Steele round out the top 8. Once again, 8 cars transferring this evening to the main event. Right through the middle of turns 1 and 2, kind of a strange line there for the 2-car Dylan Hauser. That's where the slick stuff is. Really spinning the tires wildly through the second set of corners as well. Good run there, putting the car a little bit closer towards the cushion through turns 1 and 2. Could be halfway home. We're going to actually be a little bit more this time by. We'll be completing lap number 7 right here. 7 down and 5 to go here in the B-main. Once again, your 8th and final transfer spot is the 15 of Brandon Steele, the SteelCycles.com sponsor number 15 machine, holding down that bubble spot. Dylan Hauser right now about a half second ahead of 2nd spot Timothy Smith there in the 00. Smith working the bottom of turns 1 and 2. Is coming under fire quickly from the 024, the Team VLR RaceOnTexas.com sponsor number 024 of Ryan Martin. In fact, Smith with a rough run into turn number 1 that time, and Martin right there on the tail tank down the backstretch into turn number 3. Going to be 10 laps complete this time by, and 2 laps to go for Dylan Hauser, your race leader. Stephen Calavota now in 4th spot. Adam Elby is 5th. Blake Brown in 6th. Bryce Stone and Brandon Steele. Still your 8th and final transfer spot. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go this time around. 1 lap to go, making about a half lap now for Dylan Hauser. Down the back chute for the final time into turn number 3. The TTL Esports backed number 2 car. Going to pick up the win here in the B-main at Volusia Speedway Park. 5th and 2nd. Martin was 3rd. Calavota in 4th. Adam Elby from dead last to 5th. Blake Brown 6th. Brandon Steele in 7th. And Bryce Stone, your 8th and final transfer position. And that is going to roll us into a little bit of a warm-up session here, ladies and gentlemen, and then we will hop right on into our 35-lap main event this evening. Once again, thank you all for tuning in live this evening with RaceOnTexas.com, bringing you the fourth night of racing here in the RaceOnTexas.com Sprint Car Series. We've teamed up with Team VLR to bring you an awesome winter series of sprint car racing on Sunday nights. Don't forget, Thursday is our Midnight Madness series, and this week, December 20th, we'll be right back here at Volusia Speedway Park with 4 10-wing sprint cars around the half-mile oval here. Last weekend, we hosted the UMP Modifieds at Lanier National Raceway and had a great 75-lap main event there with the Modifieds. Once again, the replay or the videos of those races all going to be available at the RaceOnTexas.com YouTube page. If you would, go to check out the RaceOnTexas.com YouTube channel, and subscribe to that channel. Click the bell icon there up at the top. I believe it's on the right-hand side. You can get notifications of when new videos go live. All of these are absolutely free to you. There will be highlight reels cut. They'll be posted up on our Facebook page as well a little bit later on this week. Scott Bargeloff does a great job not only with the camera work, but cutting those recap videos. If you're interested in racing with Team VLR, you can find them in the iRacing Leagues page. Search for Victory Lane Racing. That is the only requirement to race on Thursday nights. I believe there's an entry fee to get into the Sprint Car Series because there is a points fund at the end of 8 weeks. Both the 305 points champion and the 360 points champion will receive $200 for their efforts. I believe we pay all the way down to 5th spot as well. I think that's $125 in both groups. So some real money on the line here in the RaceOnTexas.com Sprint Car Series. Once again, we're about halfway through this deal. 4 weeks of racing with the inclusion of this one here. This is week number 4, and we'll have 4 more afterwards. Some great racing so far. Cole Newhoffen is 2 out of 4 in 305 sprint car competition. Picked up the win last week at Volusia Speedway Park here in the 305 car. And was your winner the week before that. That would be 2 weeks ago. Picked up the win at Knoxville Raceway in Knoxville, Iowa. Last minute pre-race practice here. Of course, then we'll be getting into our 35-lap main event this evening here for the 360 wing sprint cars. And looks like we're going to wrap it up here for practice. We're going to move right on into that 35-lap main event. And the field going to line up here behind the iRacing.com pace truck. And the field getting set here. The grid starting to appear on the front stretch. If only it was that easy to line up a set of cars in real racing, that'd be awesome. Looks like James Eden's going to line up on the inside of the front row. I don't think there's an invert here in this race this evening, so Eden's going to be inside the front row. Chris Brenner will be on the outside of row number 1 in the 70 car. The Canadian phenom Alex Bergeron inside row number 2 alongside Cole Cabray in the 16. David Heilman inside the 3rd row in the 17 car. He'll be alongside Britton Roxbury in the 421. 4th row back on the inside, the 8 car is Cole Newhoffen. He'll be alongside the 5 of Rusty Kruger. Row number 5, the inside there, going to be the 23 of Justin Thomas. He'll be alongside the 37, the TTL Esports backed number 37 of Randall Carter. Inside row number 6, you'll have the Team VLR and RaceOnTexas.com sponsored number 18 of Austin Simmelman. He'll be alongside the 35 of Nick Cooper. Dylan Hauser, your B-main winner, going to be inside row number 7 in the 2 car. He'll be alongside the 00 of Timothy Smith. Row number 8, the inside the 024, the Team VLR Race on Texas back number 024 of Ryan Martin. He'll be alongside the Beer Hill Gang back number 10 car of Stephen Calavoda. Row number 9 on the inside, the 74, is Adam Elby, and the 26 will be Blake Brown. We are looking for the 15 of Brandon Steele. He's scheduled to be inside row number 10. Right now, Bryce Stone all by himself on the 10th and final row. So James Edens and Chris Brenner looking to bring the field to the green flag. Looks like we're going to get it this time off of 4. A good start for Edens on the inside. Leads the field down in the turn point. Look at Alex Bergeron on the inside of the first set of corners. Going to try to get around Chris Brenner. Brenner going to battle back on the outside. Bergeron in the 3rd spot. Brenner is 2nd. Edens going to lead lap number 1 off the outside of turn number 4. Bergeron, same move again. Not going to pay off this time. I don't think he's going to get second away from Brenner either. Well, we got Chris Brenner around. We're going to pile him up. I don't know how everybody held on to those cars. We are going to get a yellow. It looks like it's going to be Cole Cabre getting the short end of the stick, ending up outside of turn number 4. And it looks like Bergeron getting tangled up there too. Going to slip all the way back to 14th. A couple of cars there that were in the top 5 of this race going all the way towards the rear of the field. Adam Elby there in the back after running 5th in our B main. Oh, looks like Adam got tangled up in that mess as well. You see heavy damage there to the 74 machine. Heavy damage. It looks like several cars going to enter pit road. Try to get some quick fixes there on the race cars. I think we got 1 lap scored there. I do think we got a lap scored there. The timing screen showing me 3, but the caution laps once again do not count here in the RaceOnTexas.com Sprint Car Series. Two laps complete, ladies and gentlemen. 33 laps to go. I want to thank Mike Roxbury, Braden Wallace, Stephen Renault, Josh Freeman, Robert David, and Michael Birchfield watching with us this evening. We are back underway, ladies and gentlemen, off of turn number 4, a single file restart, 2 laps complete, 33 to go. Edens once again on the loud pedal, in through turns 1 and 2, 2nd spot. Still Chris Brenner. Boy, 3rd is Britton Roxbury, and Roxbury all over the tail tank of the 70 cars. We come through 3 and 4. Roxbury looks hungry and is running real good right around the outside of the racetrack. Here's a guy sneaking around on the bottom. It's Randall Carter in the 37, the VLR back 37 machine, hugging the hub through 3 and 4. Has a good run going to get around Roxbury for 3rd. Good run for Carter. Carter up to the 3rd spot. Your leader still James Edens after finishing 2nd in the 305 feature. It's only 1 spot up from there, and James got it held down right now. 4 laps down, going to be 5 this time by. 5 complete, 30 to go here at Volusia. Edens running right around the outside, riding the rim here of the half-mile D-shaped oval. Into turn number 3. Boy, that cushion is right up around the outside wall coming into turn number 3. You've got to really know your race car to be able to put that car right there on the ragged edge, grab some of that moist dirt, and power through the 2nd set of corners. Eden's entering a little bit lower that time, blowing off the tires a little bit through turns 3 and 4. And here comes Randall Carter once again. Carter now up to second, getting around Chris Brenner. You got a couple cars banging him up there in the middle of the pack. Looks like Bergeron sneaking his way through after having to go to the rear. He started 14th on that restart. He's already up to 7th there. 6th and 7th battling with Austin Simmelman. Simmelman right now running in the 5th position. 4th spot belongs to David Heilman. I tell you what, Dylan Hauser started 13th on this feature and is right now running in the 7th position after winning the B-Main just a few moments ago. Eden's still out front, but I tell you what, he's about to have his hands full with Randall Carter. Carter working the bottom of the racetrack. It's going to be 10 complete, 25 to go this time by. Woo, Randall Carter. Wheel to wheel down the front stretch into turn number 1. Carter working the bottom side of the racetrack once again through the first set of corners. Wheel to wheel with Edens down the backstretch. They bump coming into 3. Edens playing a little defense, goes to the bottom. Hadn't run the bottom side yet through 3 and 4. I don't know if Edens is going to be comfortable down there, but right now he is definitely trying to keep the 52 in front of the 37 of Randall Carter. Carter now coming up about a line off the bottom, maybe a lane and a half, sliding it towards the top. Eden's going to make the 52 just wide enough. Here comes Carter around the outside now. Great move through the middle. Good drive through the middle of the first set of corners. Can he keep it together and get it for the exit? Here comes Carter again around the outside, drives around James Edens to lead lap number 13. Randall Carter by 68 thousandths of a second is your new race leader. Through turns 3 and 4, going to complete 14 this time around, 21 laps to go. That time by the stripe. Here comes Chris Brenner now. James Edens maybe flipping a little bit, maybe the car going away, the track going away, but his line just not comfortable, and Edens can't quite get back in the groove. Had a second place run in 3:05 a minute ago at the dirt track at Volusia Speedway. Is struggling here and just for a few moments at Volusia. Edens gathers the 52 back up underneath him and hangs on to it. Chris Brenner starts to fall back a little bit. How about Dylan Hauser? Racing out of the B-Main, is in 4th spot right now. Down the back stretch. Going to be 17 down and 18 to go, excuse me. That time by the stripe. Your leader is still Randall Carter, but Dylan Hauser up to 4th spot after racing the B-Main this evening, was your winner in that B-Main. Right now, Austin Simmelman rounds out the top 5. Alex Bergeron has a good battle with David Heilman. In fact, Heilman going to get around. We got a yellow on the track. Looks like Blake Brown going for a wild ride. Getting tangled up there with probably Timothy Smith. That's going to bring another caution to the racetrack, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like 18 laps complete, 17 laps to go. Ooh, Randall Carter with a heck of a run there, getting around James Edens. And we're looking at the replay from Blake Brown's car right now. Yep. Got together there. Getting into the outside wall, going for a wild ride, and that's brought us our caution right now on the racetrack. Like I said, folks, Randall Carter, a good run this evening for the 37 machine, the Team VLR-backed 37 car. Out in front. Has a great run going this evening. Car working right through the middle of the racetrack, and that really seemed to be where he's shining, where Carter's shining right through the middle of the track. It should be real slick. You can see there now the dust is blown off, and it's a lane right around the bottom and really another lane right around the top, but Carter making it work right through the middle of the racetrack. And that's what's put him out in front. Looks like the iRacing.com pace truck about to leave the raceway. We're going to get back underway here. 18 laps complete, 17 to go. Into turn number 3. Back back on the throttle off of turn 4. The green flag waves, and we're back at it. 18 down, 17 to go. Good start for Randall Carter. Going to have about a 2-car length advantage over Edens as we come back into turn number 1. Here comes Chris Brenner. Had gotten around Edens. Unfortunately, the yellow coming out. We go back to the last completed green flag lap. The Brenner going back to third spot. Dylan Hauser still there in 4th. Going to have his hands full here in a minute, though. From Austin Simmelman and David Heilman. Those two have a great run going. Alex Bergeron and Britton Roxbury now side by side for 7th. We go back up front. 20 laps complete. 15 to go. Going to be 21 and 14 this time by Carter. Still right through the middle of the racetrack, making it work where nobody else can. A good run through the middle of the track with the 37 machine. That takes some throttle control right there, ladies and gentlemen, because that track's slicker than sun on a doorknob, I can guarantee it. Right through the middle of turns 3 and 4 at Volusia Speedway Park. It's still Carter out in front. Edens hanging on to that second spot, 0.348 seconds behind. Edens inches from the retaining wall on the outside of the racetrack in the 52 car. Edens pretty consistent around the outside of the racetrack, closing the gap that time to 0.339 of a second. Good run for Edens that time on the outside. Maybe Carter slipping a little bit through the middle. Edens has now closed the gap to 0.182 seconds. Edens very consistent around the outside of the racetrack. They're dead even in speed down the backstretch, 116 miles an hour for both cars coming into turn number 3. 25 laps complete, ladies and gentlemen. 10 laps to go here in the main event for the 360 Wing Sprint Cars, the RaceOnTexas.com Sprint Car Series at Volusia Speedway Park in Edens. That time with his best run down the backstretch. It's not going to be enough, though. Carter still with the spot at the stripe. 26 down and 9 to go. Edens now crossing him up, looks to the inside of turn number 3. James Edens with a good run off of turn number 4. They're wheel to wheel down the front stretch. It's still Carter out in front. Edens now top shelf in turns 1 and 2. Here comes Chris Brenner in the 3rd position. Edens right on the tail tank of Carter as we come into turn number 3. Now Brenner making it a 3-car battle for the top spot. Hauser making it a 4-car battle. Dylan Hauser running in 4th, looking to get on that podium from the B main, is right through the middle of the racetrack. They're 3 wide behind your leader again. And now James Edens with a great look to the outside. Edens going to be the leader at the stripe. They got a yellow on the racetrack, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like it's for Alex Bergeron. Yellow flag coming out. Oh, and James Edens had just gotten back around Randall Carter for the top spot. He's going to have to give up the position. Oh. Edens had a great look to the outside, led that last lap by literally a bumper. But the caution coming out before we cross the start-finish line, and Edens going to have to go back to 2nd position. I want to thank Michael Brown for watching from Livingston, Tennessee this evening. Jonathan Wilcox from Concord, North Carolina. David Bowser and Jimmy D. Hampton watching as well. Want to thank everybody for tuning in. The RaceOnTexas.com Sprint Car Series. Once again, we are under caution here. 29 down, 6 complete. Cecil Kirkpatrick watching from Crosby, Texas. Thanks a lot, Cecil, for tuning in this evening. It looks like James Edens going to get to hang on to that top spot. We did cross the line. So my mistake there. So it's going to be Edens in 1st spot. Carter will be 2nd. Dylan Hauser On the podium right now in third, Chris Brenner. Fourth, David Heilman. Going to round out the top five, Austin Simmelman, Britton Roxbury, Nick Cooper, Ryan Martin, and Adam Elby round out the top 10. Elby, after racing in from the B main, had to start last, finished in 5th, and is now running 10th on the feature after starting at 19th. So good run for Elby this evening. 29 laps down, 6 laps to go. James Edens leads the field into turn number 1. And boy, Randall Carter with not a great restart that time. We are 3 and 4 wide off of turn number 2. I think Dylan Hauser, Hauser going to come out of this thing smelling like a rose. Gets around Brenner at the stripe for second spot. Dylan Hauser on the move towards the front. 5 laps to go. Can Hauser run down James Edens and grab the win here in the 360 main event at Volusia Speedway Park? 31 complete, 4 to go, that time by the stripe. Edens out front by 0.6 of a second. Hauser trying to run him down there in the 2 car, was the winner of your B main, started 13th on this feature, and he's duking it out right now with Chris Brenner. What a grow! No, Dylan Hauser gonna go around. Hauser and Brenner got together at the bottom of turn number 3. Oh, Dylan Hauser, Heartbreak Hotel for the 2 car. What a tough break for Dylan Hauser. You had 3-4 cars trying to be in the same place at the same time. And unfortunately, in racing, that's what usually happens when that kind of thing starts going on. Okay, so we're going to wrap it up here, folks. We got, looks like 32 laps complete. We're going to have a 3-lap dash to the checkered in just a moment. It's going to be another restart. Again, tough break for the 2 car of Dylan Hauser. Was running 2nd, 3rd, 4th for most of the race after fighting his way from the 13th starting position. Had a good look to the outside of Chris Brenner. The car got squirrely. Looked like Brenner had nowhere to go. The 2 get together and Hauser goes around. David Heilman there in 3rd spot. Randall Carter and Nick Cooper now round out the top 5. Britton Roxbury, Adam Elby, Ryan Martin, Rusty Kruger, and Stephen Calavoda, your top 10. Cole Cabray, Timothy Smith, Bryce Stone, Austin Simmelman, and Dylan Hauser round out the top 15. I want to thank Warren Peters for watching from Darwin, Australia. Warren, I hope you like what you're seeing, brother. Thanks for tuning in this evening. Travis Carter, Chase Jones as well. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for tuning in. Cleveland Jason from Fairview Heights, Illinois. Chase James watching from Harrisburg, North Carolina. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in this evening. We certainly appreciate it. Like I said, we've got 32 laps complete. 3 laps to go. We are back on the green. We are back out on the throttle. Green flag is back in the air. And Brenner immediately to the bottom of the racetrack in turns 1 and 2, trying to put a slide job on James Edens for the top spot. They're going to be dead even down the backstretch into turn number 3. Edens top shelf off the 4th corner. 2 sticks in the air. 2 laps to go. The 52 of James Edens. 2nd place just a few moments ago in the 305 feature this evening. And Edens would love nothing more than to top the evening off with a win here in the 360 feature. We've got 1 lap to go at the stripe. James Edens, can he hang on for 1 more lap? Here comes the 17 of David Heilman. Looks like Heilman going to get around Brenner for 2nd. Brenner back to 3rd. We're off at turn number 4 for the final time. Checkered flag in the air. Give it up for James Edens in the 52 machine. The Hoosier Racing Tire Driven Esport Curb Records back. Number 52 car going to get the win here in the 360s at Volusia. 2nd spot was David Heilman in the 17. Chris Brenner was 3rd. Randall Carter and Adam Elby, after racing from 18th, going to bring it home in the 5th spot, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get James up here. Great job to everybody this evening. Looking for James Edens here in the Team Speed channel. Don't see him. We'll see if Scott can grab him here in just a moment. Once again, though, folks, I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in this evening to the night number 4 of the RaceOnTexas.com Sprint Car Series from here at Volusia Speedway Park for the 360s. We had the 305s at the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. If you're interested in racing with the RaceOnTexas.com Sprint Car Series, you can register, join the Victory Lane Racing League on iRacing. Of course, you do that through the league's page. You can check out their website for information in joining this series. We'll be back next week. There's James. James Edens, you got a copy, brother?
Yeah, you got me?
Yes, sir, absolutely, man. Congratulations tonight, dude. What a heck of a run. You and Chris had a great run there at the front. You got it done, got back around them, and got the win, man.
Yeah, you know, the bottom came in, middle came in for him there, and I couldn't run it, so I just, you know, stuck my guns up top and got it rolling again, and barely got by in there before that caution and held on.
Yeah, that was a good run there for Carter. Like, Randall was the only one really making the middle work. I was watching you. You were trying the bottom, trying the top, making something work. It looked like maybe you lost a stride there for about 10 laps, but on that restart, you were able to get a good one, and Carter unfortunately wasn't. You held on there for the win, man. Great job tonight. This racetrack kind of tricky, especially that exit off of 4. Tell us a little bit about that. You really got to kind of commit when you're coming off of turn 4.
Yeah, it was really high, and it was starting to get a little rough, you know, especially through the middle, so you didn't want to get tight coming off, because that was going to put you right in the wall. It was definitely tricky. One of the hardest tracks I've had to run in a while, and then trying to get around him again when he was running the middle like that was tough.
Yeah, it was just about wide enough to make it almost impossible to get around it. But, James, once again, you held on, man. Good run tonight in both classes. Got to feel good this evening.
Yeah, it's definitely. It just sucks we got in the wall in the 305 there, battling with Howard for the lead. Ended up 5th, but, you know, it happens.
It does, and hopefully we can gather it back up for next week. James, who you want to thank on the race car, brother?
I got to thank Driven. You know, we got a new setup. Ryan, and it seems to be really, really good. You know, VLR, you guys for putting this on. It's always fun.
Absolutely, James. Once again, brother, congratulations to you, and hope to see you back next week.
Yes, sir.
There you have it, folks. James Edens picking up the win tonight in the 360 Sprint Car feature and a 5th there at the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. After running second most of the race, unfortunately got into the wall there towards the end and ended up finishing 5th. Once again, if you want to join Team VLR, you can do that through the iRacing Leagues page. You can check out their Facebook page and their website at teamvlr.com for more information about joining us here with the RaceOnTexas.com Sprint Car Series. Once again, $200 going to the points champion at the end of 8 weeks. If you're interested in running with us on Thursday nights, the Midnight Madness Series is going to be right here at Volusia Speedway on Thursday night. That is December the 20th. We'll have 410 wing sprint cars here in action starting at 11 p.m. Central Time. You can join the Team VLR, join the league there through the league's page at iRacing. If you want to watch these videos later on, they'll be posted up on RaceOnTexas.com's YouTube channel. Please subscribe to the channel. Click the little bell notification. You'll get the notifications when new videos go up. Other than that, I think that's going to do it for us this evening. My name is Nick Robbins, and on behalf of the Race on Texas crew and the Team VLR guys, thanks so much for tuning in this evening, and we hope to see you back Thursday night for 410 sprint cars at Volusia Speedway Park at 11 p.m. Central Standard Time. That one was good. I was pretty happy with that. That was a good one. We had a